Hello everybody, welcome back to the Cursing Seamstress. It's Sunday morning and I am getting ready for church. Not sure if I'm going to wear this or not. So just a few updates. I haven't done a video I haven't uploaded a video in a while. I did do a video of a shirt that I made for my grandboy using this pattern here. And the shirt I made is the button-up shirt, short sleeve, no collar, stand, self-facing. I think that's all. I made him, I made it out of some camouflage fabric. My goal really is to get rid of fabric that I need to get rid of, that I've had for a while, and I've just kept accumulating fabric for nothing in particular, but you know, things that I think I might like to make down the line. I don't have a specific pattern in mind for it, which is how I usually buy fabric. Not always, but usually. So I did make him that, and it's a good pattern. He likes it. He's tall, so I made him a size 12. I made him a size 10 in the width, but I cut the length as a size 12 because he's tall, and he likes it. It was a horrible camouflage polyester fabric that I don't know why I bought. It frayed like crazy. I serged all of the seams, and I'll see if I can't stick a photo in here of him. Then, what else? I made some stuff for that little girl who used to go to my church. She no longer does, but they can't get rid of me that easily. So I actually dropped them off at their house. They were not home, so I left them on the porch. I hope they got them because it rained the next day. I sewed for me. I can't remember what I made for myself, but today I am going to show you this. I finished this yesterday, and I'll get the pattern for you. I bought this pattern at a thrift store. I don't have my glasses on, so I can't see the price. I think it says 25 cents. It is a Simplicity E1993, and it looks like this. Gosh, the glare is so bad, but that's what it looks like. It's very simple. I don't know if you can even see the line art, but it is 2 pieces for the back, 1 piece on the fold for the front. It's a boat neck, and by my measurements, I fit between a 20 and a 22, which I just, anyway, and that's what I cut. Now, this is a rayon fabric that I've had for a long time, for years. I did get it at a thrift store. It's very lightweight. It's not really mildly translucent, nothing where you would have to wear a slip or anything like that. And it's kind of an autumnal print, yeah, I just thought that it would be worthwhile. It was not expensive. I don't know what I paid, but usually when I get fabric from a thrift store, I'll get 3 or 4 yards for, you know, $2 or something. So I used this, but because the big one, pattern makers usually don't fit me that well. I just don't have good luck with them. I took some horrible looking fabric that I also bought at a thrift store and used that. It was 100% cotton fabric, and I used that, and I cut it out just down like past the hips, and just to check the fit, because that's the only place, because it's loose at the bottom, so I didn't really need to check that. But I was worried about the neckline, and I was worried about the waist. I have a big waist. My waist is a 35, so that was the part that I was kind of worried about. And also, I usually, or have had in the past, gaping right here. Now, this is a boat neck. If I lean over, whatever, it is gonna move together. But anyway, the results of that were that I needed to go down. So I think I had cut the back pieces at between the 20 and the 22. So I went back and cut off actually between, I think, the 18 and the 20. And I think that's all that I did. And I went ahead, cut the pattern out with this fabric. And initially I thought, I was looking, I guess I don't look very closely, I thought there was a zipper in the back. There's no zipper in the back. It's over the head, easy to wear dress. And the neckline and the arm's eye are finished with store-bought single fold bias tape in a dark green, because that's the only color it had. That was even close to matching it. So as I got to the point where I could put it on and look at the fit, it was big all over. So I knew if I left it alone, I would not wear it. And I thought about taking it up on the sides to get it where it needed to be, but it was big in the bust area. It was big all over. So I thought about doing that, and then I thought, you know, where it's really big is the back. And there actually was kind of a gape in the back if I moved a certain way. It was just too loose. So what I did was I went back and I took off, I just used my long acrylic ruler, and off the back of the garment that I'd already sewn, I took off another 1.5 inches. And the back does bow in a little bit at the waistline, which is good. And I thought that that would take care of the problem rather than trying to mess with the sides. And it did. It's not perfect, but it's pretty good. It's very wearable, even though it's cold. Actually, today it's like 45 or 50 degrees. It will be. So yeah, I was happy with it. I don't know if I'll ever make this again. It kind of reminds me, it's not out of style, but it reminds me of maybe some of the 90s dresses that were sort of in this style. By the way, when I put on the bias tape, I was able to leave, I don't know if you can see it, I was able to leave a little bit out both on the sleeves and on the neckline so that it would look a little bit like piping. And I like that look a lot. It sort of has an oriental flair to it. I'm going to stand up in a minute and I'll show you the whole thing. So, but you know, it's comfortable. I think that I could wear it today with a jean jacket or a sweater or something like that. But I'll probably just wear blue jeans today. All right, the other thing I was going to mention, and this is interesting. I found a pattern company that I had never heard of before, and the pattern company is called DG Patterns. They are based, I think they're based in the United States, it may be Canada. I had seen them months and months ago and found one particular pattern that I liked a whole lot. I never bought it, but I did bookmark the site's homepage so that I wouldn't forget about it. So I went back on there a few weeks ago and started looking, and their patterns are just so cute looking. The same woman models all of them, I think. And I ordered two. Their prices are wonderful. I think their patterns are maybe $6, $8, something like that. Dixie wants my attention here. So I bought two, and I couldn't wait to sew them up. So I printed the pattern out, and boy, was I disappointed. The pattern layout, you know, when you buy a PDF, no, don't stop. When you buy a PDF, you take the pages together and they're numbered, you know, they'll have like a 1, 2, 3, 4. And then in the instructions, they'll have the layout, and they'll show you on the whole screen where you can see, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then it ends and picks up 6, 7, 8, 9. These don't go together. They don't match up at all. And I just kept taping them together and trying to fit pieces where I thought they might go. It didn't print all of the edges of some of the pieces, so it was really hard to see where there were pieces cut on the fold, but you couldn't see where the fold was because it cut off. And now my printer is an Epson. I don't have that problem for other PDFs. I went in and looked at adjusting margins and things like that. There was no way to get this to print properly. And then once I had it together, but still I couldn't cut it out because it was not going to fit because I didn't know where the edges were. It was nonsensical. And then I realized that I was missing 1 or 2 rows. And so I went back in to look at the sheet with the PDF pages on it. They're not on there. It cuts off, I think, at 30, and it's supposed to go to 36, something like that. And so then I went in and looked at the instructions, and sure enough, there's a row of extra rows, 1 or 2, I can't remember, that are on there, but they don't show up in the file. So, gosh, I was frustrated. I'll show you what I have, and it's just crazy. And it's a mess, but I don't even know if I can show you. But for example, this pattern is the Julietta dress. Here is an example of the bodice. No, is it the bodice? It's the front bodice, and it's to be cut on the fold. But it doesn't... Is this the end of the piece? There's a weird dotted line here that goes down to here, but nothing matches up with the bottom either. There's no page to go to. So I have it here, and I immediately, when I realized that I would not be making that pattern that day, I sat down, and they have on their website a chat function feature. And so I went there and I typed in clearly who I was. They asked for my name, my email address, all of that stuff. I provided that and explained, just like I did to you, but probably clearer, what was going on. And so I waited a couple of days. I didn't hear back. I put in another message in the chat. Didn't hear back, and finally they do have an email address, and I sent an email. Now, granted, today is Sunday, and I think the email that I finally sent was sent yesterday morning. Maybe they're shut down over the weekend, I don't know. But they're not a big company, so if I don't hear back by Monday, and I'll try to do a follow-up, I will know better than to ever order from them again. They've got some problems that they're going to need to sort out, and I'm not doing a damning review of them yet. I'm going to give them another, like I said, a couple of days and see what happens. But I am just so disappointed because I had such high hopes, and actually in my mind I was thinking how I was going to give a glowing review to this pattern company because their patterns look so cute, and they were refreshing and current, modern, functional, all of that good stuff. So that's it. I'm not going to say anything else about them. Hopefully this problem will be rectified. I sure hope so. All right, well, I'm going to stand up and show this to you. And again, this is not a bad pattern. It's very flowy. It's way oversized. If you have it, or if you and you've not sewn it or have sewn it, I'd love to hear from you. But again, you may find that what I did by simply adjusting the back may work better for you than trying to do any other manipulations on both the front and the back. All right, so I'm going to stand up and show you what it looks like. Okay, let's see. I'm going to have to get kind of far back. All right, this is it. Oh, the other thing is this is really long. It's to the floor. I really didn't want a to the floor dress. So this is the back that I took up so much. It does go in right here, which is quite nice. And that's it. I like it. That's all. I'm going to try not to take so much time in between videos. So I should have some other sewing stuff soon because I sew every single day. My lighting is better. This is so weird. My friend, whom I have known since nursing school, since the 2-year program that I went to, let me touch with her. She and I graduated from Montgomery College in 1985, the year after my daughter was born. My daughter was, it was a 2-year program, so my daughter was born in February of 1984. I was just into my 2nd semester of school, and this was my first child. And I remember I went to my nursing instructor and told her that I was pregnant, and I asked her if there was anything I needed to do special. Were there patients that I shouldn't come in contact with? What should I do? And she looked at me and said, "You need to quit." And that was not the answer that I wanted to hear. So I never mentioned my pregnancy. People would ask, students would ask me, how are things going, whatever. I never mentioned it. I never brought it up. And I just bought, they did not have maternity uniforms. We had these really ugly uniforms that were polyester, very fine blue and white stripe, with a white bib with navy blue down the side, the sides of the bib, and it buttoned on. I think the pants had to be elastic waist, and our shoes were blue, dark blue leather with a side tie. Actually, the shoes were not that bad. I kept them for a long time. Anyway, I just continued to go to school, and that's the thing about especially 2-year programs, I'll say it, is you don't want to do anything to make yourself stand out. So I just went on. But my friend Karen was so good, and she is probably 5 years younger. And she would babysit if I had a doctor's appointment, if I had to do something and needed a babysitter. She was quick to volunteer. And so she watched my daughter when I needed her for the rest of the time that I lived in Maryland. And that was just really special. So she and I both suffer, I guess suffer is the word. We have depression, and she was telling me about a therapy light that she uses, and lo and behold, she sent me one. And so that light I have right now behind the camera, which I have used for the past 2 days. I just got it day before yesterday, or 2 days ago, and set it up yesterday, used it in my sewing room where I think it's going to live. I am so amazed at how it lights up my sewing area. For that alone, it's just remarkable. It's just great. And right now I do not have it on full. You can adjust the level of brightness. I think I tapped it down 2 times. And the light is just amazing, I think. So we'll see if it works. All right, that's all I can think of. I hope y'all are doing well, and I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.